Since making my comparison of the Q1 and V1 Max, I found myself drawn back to the Q1 Max, but also wanting to make it a little more unique. So, when Cerakey reached out to see if I was interested in testing their new mix and match ceramic keycap sets, I thought why not? In this video, I want to share my thoughts after 1 month of using these premium keycaps, as well as 4 audio comparisons, and highlight a few of the issues and considerations that I noted along the way. Let's get started. Cerakey made a bit of a social media splash with their initial Kickstarter campaign back in 2022. Fast forward to 2024, and in addition to their full 114 keycap sets, which retail for $160 USD with legends and $140 blank, they now offer split sets, allowing us to mix and match colors and blank versus legend keys as we see fit. For my build, I've opted for a black A set with white legends for the character keys, and a blank canal blue B set for the peripheral keys to give a splash of turquoise coloring to this 75% Keychron Q1 Max. There are only 9 base color options available. Nonetheless, it took me quite a while to decide on this configuration, and I ended up having to wait a few weeks for some of them to come back into stock. And no, I wasn't brave enough to go for blank character keys. Perhaps in the future. Splitting the keycaps up like this also has the advantage of potentially reducing the price a little if you're looking to equip a smaller 75% keyboard like this one, though the price creeps up pretty quickly with each of the smaller D through H sets that you add to this base $108 AB combo. That said, how do the keycaps hold up in person? Over the past month, I've really enjoyed using these keycaps and plan to keep them equipped on my Q1 Max for the foreseeable future. The first thing you'll notice is that each key is considerably heavier than a standard PBT keycap. Directly comparing the WASD keys, my profile matched PBT set weighs in around 4 grams collectively, compared to 12 grams for the ceramic ones. I can't say that I've noticed this having any impact on my typing, but it does have some implications for the spacebar that I'll get to in just a minute. Beyond this, the keys have a raw ceramic interior, coupled with an ABS plastic receptacle for the standard Cerakey MX stems. On the outside, each key has undergone multiple glazings to create an ultra-smooth surface that is bathed in the color of your choice. The colors are generally even across each face, however they do fade out at the edges to a lighter color. This is one of the side effects of using a liquid glazed coating. That said, this creates an interesting look and is pretty neat when the keycaps are backlit in a dark room. I also really like the large and round legends on these keycaps. They're quite simple, but I can respect that they've opted for a neutral function row rather than picking OS-specific characters, though I will point out that the B set defaults to a Windows first row if you opt for the character keycaps, so Mac users will have to purchase an extra E set for $18 if they want to correct this. That is, unless you opt for the blank B set like I did, in which case you just go based on memory. It's also worth noting that all Cerakey legends are applied later on in the glazing process, which can leave them susceptible to fading a little bit over time, though I haven't noticed any issues in my short time with the keycaps. What I have noticed though is just how easy these keycaps get smudged with finger oils. I love just how smooth the keycaps feel and how they remain cool to the touch, even hours after use, but you will want to invest in a microfiber cloth if you plan on showing these keycaps off to your friends, or even just for yourself, because after a short typing session, they become noticeably oily. This is more pronounced on the black keys compared to the turquoise ones, but is still noticeable. Currently, Cerakey only offers keycaps in a cherry profile that sculpts very comfortably from front to back, with each key having a slight concavity from left to right. So while these are very popular for their short and comfortable feel, keep in mind that you can run into contact issues if your keyboard has north-facing switches rather than south-facing ones. And that brings me to the sound. Here, I want to provide a direct comparison of my otherwise unmodified Q1 Max with Gateron's tactile Jupiter banana switches, so you can hear the Cerakey sound back to back with Keychron's default PBT keycaps with KSA and OSA profiles, as well as a profile-matched Cerakey PBT keycap set. The KSA and OSA keycaps are considerably taller than the Cherry profile, so there's a big volume change, which I find exaggerates the differences between the PBT and ceramic keycaps. The best comparison is probably the profile matched Cerakey and PBT keycaps, where I find the ceramic set still sounds considerably quieter, as well as deeper in tone and less crisp than the PBT alternative. This comes together to give the CERAKEY-caps what I would call a more subdued and marbly rolling sound. With the exception of the spacebar and a few other keys, where the ceramic material tends to amplify high-frequency pings, so springs on less stable keys, like the right shift, tend to ring out more prominently. This has the effect of causing the spacebar to jingle, which you probably noticed. The biggest issue I ran into when setting up the CERAKEY-caps was that the spacebar kept sticking when fully depressed. This was super frustrating and stems from a combination of the extra weight of the ceramic spacebar, which is more than double that of the PBT one, as well as the ceramic shrinkage that occurs when the keycaps are fired during manufacturing. This varies, but my spacebar was about 1 to 2 millimeters smaller than a standard plastic 6.25U. This causes the stabilizer's attachments to be slightly closer together, pulling them out of parallel and creating a pinch when pressed. Don't worry though, Cerakey has been working to fine-tune their process to correct this, and there's a simple fix in the meantime. The company actually sends out 2 heavier Kale box switches with the keycaps, which are a little stronger and more stable than the Jupiter switches that I was using, and it completely fixed the issue for me. I will note though that the tolerance issues caused by the ceramic shrinkage can be a problem for other keys as well. In my case, the tab key is slightly larger than a standard 1.5U size, which occasionally causes it to be in contact with the Q key when I'm typing, giving off an occasional ringing sound. Despite the smudging, ceramic shrinkage issues, and the spacebar jingle, which is actually less prominent and a little charming in person, I've come to really enjoy using these Cerakey keycaps. They provide a really unique, shiny look that always draws my attention, and I really like the smooth and cool feel while typing, as well as the subdued sound. But what do you think? Is ceramic high-end, or is it just strange for keycaps? Let me know using the comments below, and as always, if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.